Well, the person who inspired me the most is my dad, the late James Edward Ellington Sr. My dad came from very humble beginnings. He only completed the 8th grade in education in Tuskegee, Alabama. Moved to Cincinnati in the early 50s. He began working at General Electric as a janitor, but he went to school and became a machinist. And while he was working his job at GE as a machinist, my dad always owned a business. He had a cab company, he had a trucking company, and ultimately he started a construction company. And while my dad was still at GE, he worked the 3rd shift, and he'd get off of that job and then go run one of his businesses, either the trucking company or the construction company. So having this extreme work ethic was important in our home. One of the things that when I was young, working for my dad, that used to drive me absolutely crazy is that my dad had to do everything right. I mean, just right. If it wasn't right, we weren't going to do it at all. And when I got older, I'm thinking time is money. And, you know, if we do this, if we cut this corner, we could make more money, do it less time. And my dad's position was, no, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. Even when there were times when my dad turned business down because it wasn't going to be approached the right way. So the idea was, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And so today, I get it. We have to, if we're going to do business, we have to do it right. The company that I started 12 years ago, Ellington Management Services, it's an economic inclusion and diversity consulting firm. And in part, knowing the struggles of minority businesses, having grown up in a home, and I've seen the highs and the lows of being an entrepreneur. My undergraduate degree is in social work. So helping other people was sort of really a part of my nature. But to be able to do it in business is to be able to help develop relationships to foster the growth of minority businesses became extremely exciting to me. And I could take my learnings from my father's experience and incorporate it in how to help companies be successful in not just in construction, but in other areas as well. If I could say one thing to my dad right now, it would be thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your example. Thank you for encouraging and nurturing my brothers, my sister, and me.